Next, we're going to look at the statement of cash flows. In finance, cash is king, so we really want to know how much cash the company has. The statement of cash flows is divided into three parts. Investing cash flows, what the company is buying to invest in, whether it's a physical project or financial projects. The financing cash flows, what new debt, common equity, dividends the company has, and operating cash flows, what it's making from net income and how it's changing its working capital. Please pause the video and read this problem. Ultimately, we want to solve for how much common stock did the company repurchase last year. Common stock is on the statement of cash flows. In particular, it's a financing cash flow. Please pause again and look at the information that is given. This is all the information that we're going to need in order to solve the problem. What we're going to do is first figure out what the cash flow from financing is. We know that if we add all three cash flows together, we get the change in cash. And we know the formula for the cash flow from financing is, let's look at the change in long-term debt and the change in common stock and how much in dividends was paid, and that's going to tell us the cash flow from financing. From the previous slide, we also saw that we ended the year with $155,000 in cash. We started the year with $75,000 in cash. The difference is $80,000. So therefore, the change in cash that we're going to plug into that top equation is going to be $80,000. So let's start with that and use this information in order to solve for the cash flow from financing and finally solve for the change in common stock. So let's look at what we've got so far. We want the change in financing cash flows. We've added $80,000 in cash. We saw that from the previous slide. The change in cash was $80,000. So now we'll take the cash flow from operations plus the cash flow from investing activities plus the cash flow from financing, and that equals the change in cash over this 1 year period. Well, we were given the change in cash flow in operations was $1,250,000. That was given. And the change in cash flow in investing activities was negative $1 million. In other words, they spent $1 million on various capital budgeting projects, plus the cash flow from financing, and that all has got to be equal to the change in cash, which is $80,000. So we can solve for the cash flow from financing. 1.25 million minus $1 million plus the change in cash flow from financing equals $80,000. Solve this and we'll get a cash flow from financing of $170,000. Now we will use the equation that the cash flow from financing is equal to the change in long-term debt plus the change in common stock, which is what we're solving for, plus the change in dividends. So we know that the change in the financing cash flow in this time period was $170,000. We just solved for that $170,000. We were given a change in long-term debt of $250,000. In other words, the company issued $250,000 in bonds and received a positive $250,000, plus the change in common stock. That's what we're trying to solve for, plus the change in dividends, and they paid $25,000 in dividends. So now we have one equation, one unknown. We can solve for the change in common stock of $395,000. So this company changed their common stock by $395,000.